Okay, this hangout's on our live now, which means that if anybody else is there, they'll actually be able to see this as well. All right. So just to fill you in, we have two types of participants of the way we operate. What we do is people can come in and participate in it, which case they appear at the bottom of the screen like you have there, Jack, and Diane is. Or alternately, what you can do is you can just be watch the thing. So there was a second link I sent to everybody, and they can just watch that link. Now Diane's just clicked off. Looks like she's going to go and have a look at another way of doing it. So that's the way we actually do the trainings. People can either participate or watch. If you participate, you become on the bottom of the screen, as you've seen. You've done there already, Jack. You're on the bottom of the screen, and I'm on the bottom of the screen, right? But you're seeing the thing there. Now Diane's come back again. Still no advantage. Okay. All right. She's disconnected again. All right. We've also got, perhaps Diane's connected the second way, we've got one viewer. I can see that there's somebody else viewing, and that might be Diane. I don't know who it is. But anybody that's viewing this, and if you want to ask questions, please drop me an email. Send me an email, and I've got my email going. So if people are just viewing this and not participating on the screen, please just send me an email of any questions you've got as we go through, and I'll attempt to answer as we go along. Okay, the way the system operates is we have multiple screens going, and I have you can see me there, and I can see you, right? And at the bottom of the screen, where you can probably see yourself. It says you, which is yourself, and you can see my screen. If you click on that, right, that makes that permanent all the time. So, what normally happens is when I'm talking, I'll be on the screen. If you'd like to talk at the minute, say something, Jack.
I will say something, Jeff.
Okay. I don't know if you noticed, but when I say something, your screen came up big on the screen?
No, what I can see is your face in all its glory, Jeff, all the time. Okay. But that's okay. I'm happy with that.
Okay. But has it got, in the case of my face, has it got a border around it when you're at the little screen down the bottom?
The little screen down the bottom shows a black screen with Jeff in white text.
Okay, but has it got a green border around it?
No, it hasn't. It's got a white border around it.
Okay, right. Click on that so the white border disappears.
Yeah, it's no border there now.
Okay, you'll notice then when you talk, your screen, you come up full screen. Try talking again.
I'm talking now, and no, I'm not coming up full screen. I can see your face. I'd rather see your face than mine.
Okay. No worries, Jack. Not a problem. Anyway, that's how the system works. But what happens is while we're doing this and while we're recording it, I can control what gets recorded. Now, and of course, when you're talking, your face comes up on the screen, and when another person's talking, the other person's face can come up. But I can control that at my end as to what parts of it gets recorded. Anyway, you'll see that if you go back after this event anyway. Anyway, without any further ado, what we're going to do is go into the training itself and cover what was going to be done in the training. So to do that, what I'll do is I'd like you to share your screen with me. Now, I'll explain how you do that. I'll show you. I'll do a screen share myself, and what I'm doing is I'm moving the mouse pointer and I'm going over to the left-hand side of the screen. And I'll show you this when this happens. When I do a screen share,
I can see the green box, Jeff, if that's of any help.
Yep, the one that says screen share.
Yep.
So if you click on that green box that says screen share,
done that,
and then it says share your screen, and it will come up and say, what do you want to share?
Yep.
Now, you might want to make sure you click on the box that says, the tab that says your entire screen. If you're using a PC or a Mac?
Laptop, yep. PC.
Laptop, okay.
So
okay, when it says that, then there's a button at the bottom that says share. Click on that one.
It says start screen share. Yep.
Yeah, okay, click on that. Okay, and there we are. I can now see the screen share, and you're probably sharing my screen, and I'm going to click so you can see, I can show something there.
Yep.
And so you can see a page, and I'll just quickly jump back to see what you're sharing with me. All right. Okay, and I'm seeing Jack's one, and in Jack's one it's showing my one. Okay, all right. What I'd like you to do now, Jack, is go open up a new tab on your browser. Okay. Just open up a completely new tab on your browser.
I'm just trying to think which browser I'm using. I think I downloaded Chrome. I can't. Just looking for the little plus sign somewhere. There's a little plus sign gone.
I can see your screen, and you're using Google Chrome there. So if you click on that Chrome icon.
Chrome icon.
On your taskbar.
Oh, down the bottom.
Yeah, down the bottom. Click on your Chrome icon. I'll stop my sharing. Okay, that's it. Now you got it going. Good.
Yep.
All right, and just start up a new tab. I don't know where your tabs are, anyway.
Oh, just a little button there, I think. Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay, in your address bar.
Yep.
Okay. If you type in this address, please just type in jeff.greg.net.au. No, you've misspelled Jeff wrong. You put G.
All right, just let me do it.
Address bar. That's jeff.greg.net.au. Okay, press enter, and there we are. That's a page, my web page. Okay. Righto, if anybody else, there's one person viewing, I notice. If you want to do the same sort of thing so you can see this as you're going along, it's up to that person that's doing it. If you want to scroll now to the bottom of the screen, all right, just get the scroll bar and scroll to the bottom of the screen, that window. You'll notice at the bottom, just above there's a green text just above the black text that says, learning what you do not know that you did not know. Click on that. No, further down, right down at the bottom. Right down at the bottom. Okay, that's it. Okay, it's not a problem. So that's that's my web page, and they're the things that we're going to be covering today. All right. But what I was normally going to do is, if we had 8 people in this, I was going to turn around and say, what we'll do is we'll vote on who wants to do what things. All right. But I think we'll just go through it step by step. If that's all right with you?
Yep, sure is.
Okay. All right. We just had another person join, which is Roger. Okay. But he doesn't appear to have a screen, have a camera going. All right. Doesn't matter. We'll talk to Roger later on. I know Roger. Okay. So what we're going to do is this goes at that text I've just written there. It's got the watch. It should be to watch the live event or recording of this training. Click on the link below. Don't click on that now, please, because if you do, it'll open up another browser session, and it will actually show you what we were doing 20 seconds ago. Actually, believe it or not, this is being recorded. At the same time we're recording it, we can actually watch what we're recording. Google have this sort of facility that allows you to do this sort of thing. All right. By the way, Roger, if you're there, can you talk? Roger's not replying. Okay. He can probably see me though. All right. Okay. So what we're going to, so in the future, after this is finished, you can go to that recording or what I'm going to do is on this, each of these things that we're going to be doing, as we do the recording, after the recording is all finished, what I'll do is put links beside each of that text to the part of the video that shows this. All right. So what do you use as far as scrolling is concerned, Jack? What do you use to scroll the screen up and down?
I've got a touch screen, which I use extensively. I use the scroll bar on the right, and I use the up and down arrows, Jeff.
Okay. So obviously, that if you put the pointer at the bottom of the screen, all right, your screen and click on that, it'll scroll down. So if you do that, so we can see that, move your mouse pointer to, no, don't use your mouse pointer if you don't mind.
No, I don't use a mouse.
You haven't got a mouse?
Don't use a mouse.
Oh, you're just using the touch screen. Okay.
Well, I'm not sure.
Touch
and the pad, the touchpad. Yep.
Oh, the touchpad. Okay, so you use the touchpad to move it down.
Hang on a sec.
Okay.
Just got to plug the power in.
Yeah, I know.
Just got to plug the power in. Just hang on.
You can actually see that. You can actually see that your battery is running low. The message has come up on the screen. Okay, we'll wait for you to plug that in. Okay. And while we're doing that, Roger, can you hear us yet? You haven't got a camera plugged in? You haven't got any microphone or speakers plugged in, Roger? Looks like not. Okay. All right. Back to you, Jack. You got your power plugged in, I see.
Yep.
Okay. Right. If you take the mouse pointer now, the mouse and point at the up arrow on the slide bar and click on that.
Yep.
That's it. In actual fact, I can't see your pointer moving, but anyway, it doesn't matter. All right.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see your pointer on the screen, but it's not on the side. Not on these on the side bar, on the slide bar. Anyway, that's not a problem. Do you know that you can how to do it? How to move the whole slider up and down at a time?
I think by holding the click button down and sliding the touch bar up and down. Like that? Is that what you're asking me, Jeff?
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you like to slide right to the bottom of the screen, right to the bottom.
Yep.
All the way, and then all the way up again. Now, a lot of people don't realise that you can actually do that. You can actually use the slider bar. You're also aware that you can make it go down a screenful at a time by using the mouse. You know how to do that?
I would guess hold the button and press page down. Yep. Is that what you do?
No.
No.
You can press page down on the keyboard. That's not a problem. Okay. All right. But you can do it with a mouse. Do you know how to do it with a mouse?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. You see the grey area on the slider?
Yep.
If you move your mouse pointer across, I know your pointer's not appearing on my screen, but I don't know why.
Yep.
If you move the mouse pointer across and click on the grey area between where the slider button is and click on that once. No, you haven't done it.
I think that.
No. You've gone back a page. No, you're on the wrong thing. Go back to that same page again. So go back to our notes again.
I think how I did that. And how did I do that?
It's down the bottom of the screen. All right.
What do I want to do? Oh, yeah. So I got
the one that says learning what to do.
Yeah.
Learning what. Click on that one.
Yep.
Okay, that's it. Right. And once again, it's the slider bar on the right-hand side. Move the pointer. No, you're putting the pointer up at the address bar.
No, it is on the sliding bar. It's on the. I've got a 1-inch high sliding bar, and it's on that.
Okay. Excuse me. If you just point at the area below the bit that you dragged up and down before,
yep,
and click there once.
Yep. Did a page? Yep. Yes. Yep. Didn't know that.
It went down a screen. Do that again.
Yep.
Do it again. Goes down some more. Now, if you put the pointer above that little slider bar and click on it there, it goes back the other way.
Yep.
Okay. So a lot of people are not aware of that. They quite often only use the little arrows at the top and the bottom. They only click on that, but you weren't aware of that part of it. You could do that.
Jeff. No.
Okay. Good. So we're learning something. Okay. Righto. So that's the way of doing that. There's another way of doing it, which is called auto scroll. Now, if you've got a laptop, you probably haven't got auto scroll installed. I'm not sure. Pointer in the middle of the page, right? Yep. And if you've got a laptop, if you had a mouse, you would click the mouse wheel.
Yep.
But if you haven't got a mouse, try pressing the left and right mouse buttons together at the same time. Just see what happens.
No, it
doesn't do it. Install. Some people have what's called auto scroll install, which means if you press the left and right, you press either the mouse wheel if you've got a mouse, or on a touchpad, you press the left and right mouse button at the same time, a little icon comes up. And then if you move the mouse away from that icon, it'll start to scroll in that direction, completely automatically. Oh, there you are. You seem to have it. You seem to, no, that's not it. You've got the slider on the slide part of the thing. That's another way of scrolling again. In fact, if you move your finger up and down there, if you're on your touchpad, you'll probably find it slides up and down, although it's not. Don't know why. You've got to, I think, move your finger up and down when that icon's on the screen.
Yep.
Now move your finger up and down. No, it's not doing it. Okay. All right. So that's one. That's another one. Just a couple of other ways with the keyboard. Obviously, you're already aware. Are you aware you can use the arrow keys?
Yes.
Okay. Try pressing the down arrow key on your keyboard. Down. How far does it move down? In fact, you went right down. That's interesting. You held your finger down on the down arrow key, did you? Jack, by the way, Jack, you've muted your microphone. Right?
Have I?
Okay. Yeah, you had, or it did go up. I don't know why.
No, I haven't. Certainly haven't touched any buttons. Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. You're pressing the down arrow key. Now press the up arrow key. Obviously, it scrolls up the other way. Okay, that's what most people are aware of. Are you aware that you can use the page up and page down key?
Yeah.
Keys on the keyboard. You're aware of that one. Have a go at that one then. Press page down, goes down. Press page up, goes up. Okay, for just the people who are not aware of it, if you just press page down enough times so we can see these diagrams of the keyboard there. You want to just do that? Okay. You can see, if you put your mouse, there's the page up and page down. Obviously, if you've got a desktop computer, there in that middle cluster of keys, it says page up and page down. If you go down, scroll down a little bit more, that's a laptop screen. Your page up and page down can actually be on the arrow keys themselves. Of course, you've got to press shift to press the page up and page down key. For example, in that diagram of the laptop at the bottom there, you can see near the touch page up and page down is on the up and down arrow key.
Yes.
So that's what you've got a. Have you got a separate page up and page down key? Or
Yes.
Actually...
Yes, I have. Jeff. I've got a Lenovo ThinkPad, and it's.
Okay. All right. Then you've got a separate keys. For those people who haven't got a separate key, that's how you get it. But to get that, you've quite often got to use the shift key and those arrows.
Okay.
To do that. Okay.
Yep.
So those people that haven't got a laptop, they can do that. Now, one other thing, that a key that I wasn't even aware of some time ago, a quick way of scrolling down rather than having to look for keys. What's the biggest key on the keyboard?
Enter. Or space bar.
No, space bar. Try pressing your space bar. See what happens.
Yep. And down.
What happened? So how do you think you go back up again if you've hit the space bar? Any idea?
Shift, I'm guessing. Yep, shift.
Yeah, try pressing shift and space bar.
Yeah, didn't know that one.
That's a really good one. The shift and the space bar, the space bar and the shift space bar are quick ways of scrolling up and down. And Bono, not only it works in web pages, it works on some things. Doesn't work in Word documents.
No,
when you press the space bar, it puts the space in.
It would.
Okay. So that's enough a little bit about alternative ways of scrolling. Any questions about that? And there's anybody, the person that's watching, we've got one person viewing. If you've got any questions about that, if you'd like to send me an email about using the scrolling, please just send me an email and I'll have a quick jump to my emails to see if anyone sent me an email. 4 new emails. And no, I just got one from Broadband for Seniors, so that's not it. Okay. Okay. All right. Not a worry. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, if you want to, is point number 2, which is what the keys you've never used on the keyboard do and how you can use them to save time. Now, you've already discovered one, which is the space bar to scroll up and down. Were you aware of that one, Jack?
No, I wasn't, Jeff, no.
Me either. Up until a while ago, I learned some. So once again, you do these sort of training courses and you read notes and that. It's interesting how you learn these things. Okay. All right. So let's look at the next thing, which is what keys you haven't learned. So what keys on the keyboard have you never used? Looking at your keyboard.
I've got different icons, as you can imagine, on your display, but there's one, the ones above F11 and F12, which look like multiple screen displays or something like that.
Okay, all right. Now you've got a laptop keyboard.
Yes.
So if you just want to scroll down a little bit, and so you can actually see that laptop key, so other people can see this as well. Scroll down a little bit further.
Yep.
So it's at a laptop. And those people that looking at that, you can see where it's that they're the function keys. Now, obviously, on a laptop, function keys do more things than what they do on a desktop. On a desktop computer, the function keys only do what the normal function keys do. And by the way, what that is normally dependent on which program you're using. For example, one key usually brings up some sort of a help, right? But on the laptop one, on the F11 and F12, you've got extra things on it. So what that basically means is on a laptop, you've also got an additional key. If everyone looking at this diagram can see, on a laptop, you've got on the one in the diagram there, there's someone just sent me an email. I'll quickly just see if they, that's come up. I'll just quickly get that message. Hold on. Spacebar. Bev's just asked me, when I hold down the shift key and press the spacebar, nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Could be the
okay,
top.
Bev, the reason.
What about if Bev's already at the top of the screen?
Okay, that'd be the case. Bev's already at the top of the screen. If you go, press the spacebar to go down a bit, Bev, and then hold the shift and spacebar, it'll go back up. And by the way, Bev, I thought you were going to participate in this. If you want to come out of where you are and go to that first link that I've got, you can actually participate in the course if you want to. That way you can talk and we can see you as well. All right. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. All right. So Bev is one of the persons that's watching. I can see how many people are watching, and that's Bev. All right. She's the one person that's watching. All right. So we've answered that question for Bev. All right. On the case of your one, if you want to use that F11 and F12, right, what they do is they're able to use it. There's a key on laptops which is called the FN key. If you move your mouse pointer, I don't know if this is going to work. You move your mouse pointer and point at that diagram, point at the FN. Can you point at that? No, your mouse. Okay, now you're pointing on mine. It's showing you're pointing the escape key. Perhaps it's different on other screens. The FN key.
Yeah, it's certainly on the FN key. The second from the bottom on the left-hand side is what my mouse is on.
Yep. Okay. All right. It's interesting. Just on yours, it's pointing at the escape key. So obviously, the layout of the screen is. I know what the problem might be. Change to 100%. Okay. A minute. No, it's still pointing the escape key. Just move it again and point it to it. Just move your mouse and point it. No, it's all right. Doesn't matter. All right. Doesn't matter. All right. Okay, so that's when you press the FN key, you press that other key, it does something. Now that key you've got, if it's one of those ones, does it look like in that diagram what's on the F8 and F9 key? Because in different.
What was the question, Jeff, please?
On your laptop,
you
said on the F11 and F12 key, you've got a thing that looks like a diagram. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So does that one look like the one that's on the F8 key that's on the...
No. It looks like it's like three screens horizontally. For F11 and F12, looks like 2 rows of 3 screens.
Okay. Sounds like it's a key that allows you to change to use different screens.
Yes.
All right. So when you're using multiple screens, you can swap between one screen and another by doing that on your board. Okay, let's just go over a couple of the other keys. Any other keys that you've got that you don't know how to work? Seems like you got a cuckoo clock there.
Yeah,
Jack.
got a cuckoo clock.
And it's 11 o'clock.
I've got
I think it's running 1 minute early, Jack.
I've got a few clocks going off.
Okay.
I think I'm
Righto.
pretty right. F7, I don't know that I ever use F7.
Okay.
I've got my function key set to the alternates, Jeff, not to the not to a PC type. I've got the alternate functions set permanently.
Okay. Well, once again, with function keys just do the function that's currently on the screen. All right. In other words, if you do something, it'll do it'll do whatever that program sets it, and each program can be different. And also, by the way, the function keys can be used in conjunction with other keys. For example, the control key, right, and also the alt key. So if you press control and a particular function, it'll do one F key, it'll do one thing. If you press the F key by itself, it'll do something else. If you press it with the alt key, it does something else. If you press it with the shift key, it does something else. And you can press it in combinations. If you press shift and alt and the function key, it'll do something different again. So all these function keys can have multiple keys. And by the way, that goes for all the keys, not just the function keys.
Right? I can never remember the combination in Word where I thought it was Alt and F4 or Control and F4 where it cycles through capitalizing. So you can have dog and it'll do capital D, capital O, capital G. It cycles round and round to capitalise. Yeah. It's quite good, but I've forgotten what it is.
You know, if you forget how to do these things, you know how you find out.
Well, I guess you do a search.
Yeah, but there's another way, all right? Just for interest's sake at the moment, even though you've got that thing up, can I ask you to, if you click on your start menu,
yep.
Just click there once.
Yep.
And now just type in WordPad. Sorry, Notepad. My apologies, Notepad. Okay, and then Notepad's at the top. Click on Notepad where it's got Notepad up there. Come down slightly and click on that. Okay, and it's started up Notepad.
Yeah, done that.
Okay, all right. You've got that full size. All right, just to show you another thing to do with keyboards as well, right? A lot of people don't realise what keys can do. If you like to press the Alt key once, just your Alt key.
Yep, done that.
Notice what happened?
Yep. Highlighted the first word on the menu bar.
That's right. Okay. If you get out of that, there's another thing a lot of people don't realise. If you like to press now, the Escape key.
Yep, it's cleared it. Yep.
It goes off. Okay. This time, hold down the Alt key and press V. Alt V. Notice what happened?
Yep.
It went to the View menu. Okay.
Yep.
Same if you press Alt E, puts you to the Edit menu. Alt F to the Format menu, etc., etc., etc. People, were you aware of this?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so that's why we do this sort of course. It's what you didn't know that you didn't know this either, I assume.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so that's what this course is all about. Okay, all right then. So what we'll do next is have a go at. Notice why you've got that edit one now down. You'll notice also where it's got there the word new, it says Control plus N.
Yep.
And also where it's got open, it's got Control plus O.
Yep.
It's got save, which is Control plus S, right?
Yep.
That's where you find out the things that you do, what doing a search for it. So if you're into Microsoft Word and you went into Word format, capitalize or whatever it is, say to the right of that what the key combinations are that tell you to do that.
Yep.
So that's a way of finding out without actually having to do a Google search of it, how to do this sort of thing. All right. Okay, so they're just some of the things there. And by the way, while we're on Notepad, let's just show you a couple of other keys while we're at it. Just click away from that. Or press escape, there's another thing with the keyboard. Just type some text. Just type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, doesn't really matter. Okay. And I see most people, you're probably aware of the enter key, moves you down a line. Press enter. Okay, press enter again. A couple more times. It goes down the line. Okay, something that people aren't aware of. If you press the up arrow now, obviously a lot of people only use the mouse to move around. If you use the up arrow on the keyboard, you can go. You're going to go up to at the beginning of the one there, right? Okay. No, you did it again. That's right. What do you think will happen if you press the END key, the end key, before you do it? What do you think is going to happen?
I reckon it'll go to the right-hand side of the 8, I reckon.
Okay, try it and see what happens. Did it work? Yep, it did. Yep. Okay. Okay, press the space bar and type 1, 2, 3. Space bar 1, 2, 3. Space bar 1, 2, 3. Space bar 1, 2, 3. So what's going to happen if you think you press the home key now? Where's it going to go?
I reckon the first one, I think.
Yeah, try it. Okay, there we are. It did exactly what you thought it was going to do. This is a good way of learning how to use a computer, to think of, oh, what am I going to do when I press a certain key? So when you pressed the end key before, it went to the end of the 8. Where do you think it's going to go to this time?
I reckon the last 3, I would guess.
Have a go?
Yep.
Actually went to the space after the 3.
Yeah,
goes to the end of the line.
Yep.
Okay. So a lot of people don't realise when they're typing text, a quick way of getting to the beginning and end of a line is to press the home and the end key, right? Can I ask you just do another thing for me? Just press the enter key again, a couple more times. Just type a few lines of text, right? Type some garbage, doesn't matter. Yeah, and press enter a couple more times. Okay. If you press the home key, you know it's going to take you to the beginning of the line. Try holding down the control key and press the home key. Where did it go?
To the one up the very top.
To the beginning of the document. Yep. So if you press the home key and had pressed the end key, what do you think it's going to do?
End of the document.
Sorry, the control key and the end key. Control key and end key, probably. It went to the end. We can't actually see it. To the end.
I can't see it. I don't know where it is.
Okay, where's your left arrow?
That's about 6 lines down below.
That's right, it's gone about 6. Just type some, do some typing there. Press a few characters, and you can see that's gone to there. So you press the control home, takes you to the beginning of the document, the first one. Control end will take you to the F at the end of that document. And once again, a lot of people aren't aware of these sort of things, that you can do these sort of things.
It looks as if beginning of the document. It looks to me as if Control N took it to the to where I pressed enter after the last.
Yeah, that's right. To the end. It takes you to the end of the document.
Yep.
Okay?
Thank
and
you.
By the way, that'll take you to the end of the document, no matter how big the document is. Right? Here we've only got one screen. Just for the hell of it, let's do something. I'll just show you something else. You're probably used to. What you're normally used to doing is if you hold the select some text, how would you normally do it? Do it with a mouse?
Well, it depends what I'm trying. If I'm selecting a word, I think it's double click.
Yeah.
Selects the word, or I hold the left button down and slide on the trackpad.
Okay. All right. Have a go at doing this. Hold the shift key down, and while holding the shift key down, press the up arrow once only.
Yep, got the whole word, yep.
Okay, hold the shift key down and press the up arrow all the way till you get to the top. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going, keep going. Okay, so the shift key, and I quite often, I'll explain why this is really good too, because I don't know if you've ever done it. You want to highlight 3 or 4 paragraphs in a document. And people do this, and quite often they highlight it and they start the middle. When the screen scrolls up, it highlights more than what you want.
Yep.
Have you had that situation?
Yes, I have.
Okay. But if you use the shift key to do it, you've got much more precise control.
Yep.
So if you use the shift key to do this, it does it very well. So we'll show you, while we're at that, I'd like you to hold down the control key. And while you're holding the control key down, press the C key. Control C. You know, have you ever used Control C?
Yeah, I do that constantly. Yep.
Okay, Control. You know what it is for copy. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now just press the Escape key, which will unhighlight all that text.
It hasn't actually.
It hasn't. Okay. Well, I'll just click. I'll do that case. Just press. That's right. That'll unhighlight it. Okay. Go down to the below the F there, the last thing, with the down arrow key. Okay. Now hold the Control key and press the V key.
Oh, yep.
Okay, press it, hold down the Control and press V again.
Yep.
And again, and again, and again, and do it half a dozen times. Okay. All right, and now just type the word end there, E-N-D, so we know that's the end of your document. Okay. Now hold the Control key and press the Home key.
Yep.
It takes you right back to the beginning. Now type in H-O-M-E, or beginning, better still. Beginning, home, beginning, whatever. Okay, and press enter. Okay, so now we can see by this example, because the screen's bigger than what we want, if you hold the control key down and press the end key, it'll go down to where we've got N.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And you'll also notice on the right-hand side, the slider's gone right down to the bottom. If you hold the Control key and press the Home key, takes you right back to the beginning. Okay. You aware of these things?
Well, I do a bit in Word. I'll give you one that I came across, which you may already knew, which is about copying formatting. Control Shift C, Control Shift V. Have you used that?
No, I haven't.
Can I just show you something?
Yeah.
So
it won't work in Notepad.
No, it won't. So let's say GTR was in italics. You go Control Shift C, and you go to wherever else you want to get, whatever else you want to highlight. Control Shift V, and it copies the formatting, not the text. It copies the formatting. It's a brilliant way of going around changing formatting around the place. Control Shift C, Control Shift V. Okay.
In somewhere else in this course, and I don't think we'll finish it today because we won't have time, to repeat items. So rather than copying the formatting and doing the formatting, there's another thing which is called styles. You use styles in Word?
I haven't for years.
Okay. That's a really, really good way, because all you do is highlight the text and say apply the style.
Yep.
And it might be underlining, bold, italic, something, and it does it all in one go. One hit, one key, one keystroke.
And Format Paint is similar too, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Format Painting is similar sort of thing, except that it's already done. Okay, so that's a couple. By the way, one thing I missed out on, which I was going to mention about the scrolling before. If you look on the right-hand side of the screen there, you'll notice that our scroll bar is now a lot thinner than smaller than what it was before.
Yep.
Do you appreciate what that is actually showing?
No.
Because some people don't. It's showing you the scroll bar actually shows you what proportion of the screen you're looking at in relation to in relation to how big the whole document is. For example, if you go back to the Google browser, leave this going, go back to the Google browser, where we've got those training notes, click down the bottom of your Google browser.
Yep.
Okay. You'll notice that slider there that's showing the position of that, where that is.
Yep.
And that's showing that we're about, a third of the way down the document.
Yep.
If you just go back with your back button, which will take you back to my home page, the back button on the your browser. Yeah, click on that.
Yep.
You'll notice now that slider is much bigger, and it's also showing at the bottom of the page. If you grab the slider and slide it up to the top again, so people can see it a little bit better. Yep. But you see that one is quite large, all right? Because that's only a relatively small page, and it's showing you that we're seeing half the page, right? So once again, you weren't aware of this?
No, I wasn't. No.
Okay. Once again, a thing that people, they use computers every day, and they're not quite often not aware that these sort of functions are available. just by the way, if I was normally doing this course and had a couple of people in it, I'd get each person to go at doing this.
Yes.
And this is the way I do the online training. What we do is we show the people, get the people to show me their screen, and I get it to do on their screen. And if I get a couple of people doing it, we have a couple of people doing it. And the advantage is people make mistakes, and we don't see, and we see more things that are going to happen. Unfortunately, when you're in a classroom situation, it's very sterile, and people don't make the mistakes.
Yes.
If you're in a situation like this, I see people making mistakes, and I can see what happens, and you learn more as you're going along there.
Yep.
Okay, if you'd like to scroll down to the bottom of that and scroll down to where scroll to the bottom of that page.
Yep.
We'll go back to that note scan, learning what you're doing. Click on that one. Okay, and we've looked at alternative ways of scrolling and some of the other keys on the keyboard. All right, if you just scroll down there, I'll look at some of those other keys that we've got. Okay, one other thing I have actually mentioned there, keys that you probably have not used, escape key, the Windows key. All right. Do you use the Windows key?
Yeah, yes, I do, Jeff. Yep.
Okay. All right. Some people are not aware of that. If you press the Windows key by itself, it takes you to the menu. If you use the Windows key, that's it. You've done that. You press it again. All right. It takes you to the desktop. So press it again. It takes you back to where you were. Nice and quick, rather than doing things. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So if you go back to that page again, press the Windows key again, takes you back. So it's a nice, quick way of doing it. A lot of people are not aware of that. Okay. So what's your oh, just one other thing I've got down there is a little question there. Why are there two of some keys, like the arrow keys and the page up and the page down key?
So you're asking me, Jeff?
Yeah, if it's all right, Jack.
I imagine it's people used to different sorts of keyboards, and they're in the olden days, in the 70s, programs would pick up a difference between an arrow being pressed on a keyboard where the arrow was the only symbol versus an arrow shared with another symbol. Yeah,
that's basically the reason it's for it, because a lot of people are not aware that the example on mine, I've got an up and down and left and right arrow key, and also I've got an up arrow on the 8 key. I've got a laptop and I've got a numeric keypad. So people that have got even desktop computers, if you've got a numeric keypad, it has home, page up, page down, end key, etc., up and down arrow keys, etc. But also those arrow keys are repeated. That way you don't have to use the shift key to get that function. You can use them without using the shift key. That's basically why the keys are repeated in a lot of cases. All right. One other thing I was also going to mention too, that I had up at the beginning of my notes, why are the keys laid out the way they are? Q, W, E, R, T, Y. Why not they A, B, C, D, E, F, G? You know an answer to that one, Jack?
I think it's because it's to do with the frequency of the pressing of the letter, and in the old mechanical days, the amount of time it would take for the key to for the mechanism to return to its home position.
That's right. It's what actually was called. Once again, people don't realise it's actually called key jam. It was to do with old manual typewriters. If I could find a diagram. In fact, what I'll do is I'll quickly switch off from you and come back to my screen, right? And I'll share my screen, and I'll call up just to show you how we find these things. I'll do a screen share on my screen, share the whole thing. Okay, go to a Google page there, and you're able to see this at the moment?
No, I don't.
Okay, you can see my page screen there.
No, I can just see the original instructions that we're following.
Okay, all right. If you go, all right. Sorry, that's because you're still screen sharing. Okay, I forgot about that. At the bottom of your screen, does it say stop screen sharing?
Just hang on a sec. Just let me have a look.
If it doesn't,
hang on a sec. Something's
okay.
changed. I guess you've made a change of some sort, have you? Because now I can see
I've
your
changed
screen.
so my screen is different.
Yeah.
So
I can now see your screen. I couldn't before.
Okay, all right. Can you see that one that says all the training courses?
Yes,
right?
yes.
To browse, I'm just going to show. So, if you want to find out about these things, it's just something that happens. So I'm going to type in typewriter key lock. T. Whoop, type. TYP. Typewriter key lock. All right, and you can see my screen looking that up.
Yep.
Okay. All right, and actually says typewriter key lock. One of the things I've discovered, if I want to show someone something, I go to images. I'll get a whole lot of images about key lock, and I'm looking for one. There's the one I'm looking for. No, that's key lock. That's the lock key. We put it in the one. I don't want key lock. I want typewriter key jam. Jam. And there we are. There's the second photo showing exactly the reason that we have the keyboard laid out the way we do. And I'll come to a bigger screen. That's why we have the keys are laid out the way they are, because the old mechanical typewriters, if you pressed one key and you didn't let it go and you pressed another key, the keys would go up. You can see my cursor pointing at that?
Yep.
That's what happened. We get with keyword key jam, and that's why we've got the keys laid out the way we have. Guess what? We don't use typewriters anymore. But we've still got the keys laid out that way, simply because so many people got used to doing it that way that they don't want to change the keyboards anymore. And those keys are not designed to lay out for typing fast. If you want to type fast, there's better laid out a keyboard. There's called a Kvervik keyboard or something like that. But anyway, all right. Okay, so I'll just come back to that and switch off my screen sharing. Okay, and we'll come back to you. Your screen, Jack. Okay. Actually, you are still screen sharing, Jack, but you just come back to, you're still sharing your screen, but I can see myself in your screen.
Yep.
Because you could see that. Okay. Beverly's asked another question. I'll just go and see what her question is. All right. Okay. Interesting that we can have people. I have not camera on my computer. Okay, Bev, it's not a problem. You haven't got a camera. By the way, even though you haven't got a camera, Bev, you can still be part of the live system, but you can share your screen, and I can tell you what to do on your screen if you wanted to do that. Doesn't matter. We'll come back to that if necessary. All right. All right. I've got 3 people viewing now. All right. Okay, I'm getting a... I tried to do something wrongly. Okay. All right. So we've got 3 people viewing this training. So at least we've got people viewing it. That's good. They don't have to actually participate. It's better if they do participate because we get more people's screens we can try things out on. Okay. Righto. What we're going to do next, Jack, if you go back to your browser again, we'll go back to the notes and we'll see what we're going to do next. At the bottom of the screen, if you want to go up to the top, please. Okay. All right. You still there, Jack?
Yep.
Okay. Just you hadn't said anything for a while. I thought we might have lost you. Okay. The next thing I'm going to look at is keyboard and key shortcuts. All right. So this is a way where you can do things faster, and we already did one before, which is, for example, copying and pasting. Right? You're aware of that one?
Yep. We talked about that before, I think. Yeah.
Okay. That's where we said rather. A lot of people are used to using the mouse, whereby what they do, if they want to do something. If you wanted to, for example, copy for example, if you wanted to copy, and we'll just give people an example of how to do this. If you wanted to copy your keyboard shortcuts, for example, if you put your mouse pointer on where it says 0.3 keyboard and key shortcuts.
Yep.
Okay, and click on it.
Yep.
and then hold the Shift key down and just click the down arrow. You'll notice it'll highlight that. Shift key and down arrow. No, hasn't worked. You have to click on it first. That's it. Now you're doing it.
A double click, I think.
Notice as you're doing it, it does that. By the way, we'll just do that much for a starter. All right, what people normally do is they then use the edit function. So you normally would put the mouse on the blue text, somewhere on the blue text. Put your mouse on it there somewhere.
Yep.
And then right click. Okay, and go to copy. Okay, you clicked on copy. Now if you click on where it says Untitled Notepad, down on your taskbar at the bottom of the screen, click on that. Okay, here's another one. Let's say we want to get rid of all, rather than doing this at the end of it, let's say we want to put it over the top of all this text. Another little quick one I'll show you. You hold down the Control key and press A. Control A. This is a shortcut. Now that has selected all the text on your document. Were you aware of this one, Jack?
No, I wasn't.
And now I love Control A. The advantage of Control A is if you want to do the whole thing, you don't have to drag over it. It just does it. Now press right-click on anywhere on the screen and click on Touch Paste.
Yep.
And there we are. Just by the way, two things happened there. First thing is we've copied all that text from where we had before. By the way, Bev's got another question. I'll just quickly go back to her. What she was doing. She's saying key jam. All right. What about the key jam, Bev? What about a Dvorak keyboard? That's the one I was actually trying to think of. Bev, I didn't know how to pronounce the word. Dvorak keyboard. D-V-O-R-A-K keyboard. A Dvorak keyboard is a keyboard that's laid out, which is so that you can type faster, because the QWERTY keyboard was never designed to type faster, whereas a Dvorak keyboard is designed to type faster. You can actually change your keys to a Dvorak keyboard, but then you have to put other labels on your keys to do it. But I've got an even faster way of typing, Bev, and we'll show you that if we get to that sort of part of the training later on. I don't think we're going to get to it though. Okay. All right. So that was just to show you one way of how to do it. Diane's rejoined our group again. Let's see if Diane's there alive. Okay. I've got 3 participants now. Okay. I just got to go, hold on, I just got to go back a screen. No, that's the right screen. Why am I not showing that one? All right. Okay. I don't know if Diane's still there. I can't tell. All right. Are you there, Diane? Can you hear me now? No. Okay. No. All right. I've got 3 viewers, and perhaps he's on the screen. I don't know. All right. Okay. Well, hidden the participants. Okay. No, I can see Diane's there. And her microphone's still not muted. I don't know why. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So that was one way of doing that. I'm just going to show you doing that same thing using the keyboard only, without actually using thing. Another one way of using the keyboard only. Are you aware how to use the keyboard to change back to that other your browser screen, Jack?
Alt and Tab. Is that what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So press Alt Tab until you get back to that other screen.
That one?
Yeah, let it go there. Okay. So a lot of people are not aware of that. You can actually press Alt Tab. If you've already got something selected and you don't want to select it, just click. I don't know how to do that. Unselect something. That's interesting. I thought Escape did it. Try Escape, Jack.
No, it didn't work for me before.
Yeah, I have to look that one up, how to unselect things with the keyboard. Anyway, just click anywhere on the white part of the keyboard. Of the desktop, of the screen, sorry. Okay, let's do the same thing again. Righto. You can obviously use, click somewhere, then use the arrow keys to move around on the screen. So just click on what says key, the keyboard. Okay. Now use the arrow keys and press the down arrow. No, you're pressing the down arrow only. I'll probably press the shift and down arrow. My apologies. Shift and down arrow. Okay, it's highlighting some text. Okay. Now hold down the control key and press C for copy. Do Alt Tab until you change to your notepad screen. Okay, and press Control V. Okay, all right, and it all went in. Do you reckon that's faster or slower than using the keyboard?
I think it's faster,
using the
isn't
mouse,
it?
sorry. It's fast. That's right. Which is faster? You reckon the mouse or the keyboard?
I think the keyboard's faster, isn't it?
As long as you can
remember what the keys are. When you stop to think about the keys, if you take that time into account, it might be slower.
That's right. Okay, here's one that I use all the time. Quickly hold down the Alt key, press F, and then release it and press S. Alt FS. Came up the save as dollars. That's what I do all the time rather than going to the mouse. So if I wanted to save this is how I would do it. I just press Alt FF.
What about Control and S? It's even quicker.
Yeah, even quicker again. Yes, Control S does exactly another one. So cancel that one and let's try Control S. Control S. App straight away. Okay. Yeah, much faster than having to move the mouse all the way up to File, then to Save, and then all to Save as. Much quicker way to do it. Okay. All right, cancel that. That's not a problem. Okay. All right, we've run out of. Oh no, it's only 11:30. I was thinking we're running out of time. We've allowed 2 hours for this, haven't we? You okay to keep going?
I'm not. I didn't realise it was 2 hours, Jeff. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't realise it was 2 hours. Yeah, I mustn't have read that bit.
Okay, not a worry. You got other commitments?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. All right. But I have to let it go then. All right, not a problem. At least we've done covered some of the things.
How about I'll stay till 12 then? Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's all right. That's not a problem. I'm happy for you to go. It doesn't matter. All right. If you want to stay till 12, yeah, not a problem.
Yep.
Because one thing I wanted to show, another quick keyboard function that a lot of people are not aware of. If you go back to the notes, do an Alt Tab so you can go back to the notes. No, you went back to Notepad.
No, I'm on the notes now.
Oh, on the notes now. Okay. One I've got there is incremental search, something that a lot of people are not aware of. This is a nice, real fast way of doing things. Okay. So a good way of doing things nice and fast is a thing called incremental search. I actually ran a training course some time ago where I called it, when you went into this course, if you went down to previous courses I've run, which is called, which is speeding up the slowest part of your computer, and that's you. One of the ways is I always reckon using the keyboard faster than the mouse. But I often find people scrolling down screens of text to find something, especially when you've got a whole list of it. So to be able to do this, we need to actually have one of the ways of doing it is in what's called File Explorer. If you've got a File Explorer screen with a fair amount of information on it, there's a whole lot of files.
Sorry, have I?
Yeah.
Well, I can go. Do you want me to go there now? Do you?
Yeah, if you can. You know, your File Explorer is a little yellow.
Yeah. Yep.
Something where you've got not that we want to show anything, but lots of files. Yeah, something's coming up. Okay, that one's got a few. All right. All right, that's a good example. All right. If you click over where it says on your file over on the right where it says name, where it's got the first file, it starts with 2017. Just click on that first file and click on it, select it. Okay. Now what happens is you actually haven't got many there. You've only got a few, and in fact you've got them ordered, I noticed, in the reverse order that most people use. You've got them in the files coming first, and then the folders coming after that. All right. You've got a list of files and then folders. You see that?
Yeah, that's default.
You know
I haven't done that on purpose. That's
okay. All right. In fact, I noticed, by the way, now the order you got it in is in date modified order.
yes.
If you like to click on the word name at the top, the word name
Yep.
above that column. Click there. Okay.
Yep.
Now you've got them in the normal order that they appear in, which is the file name first, followed by the folders, followed by the file name. If you click on that first one that starts with backup, and click on that. No, the one right at the top, backup. Okay. Now you've got files that start with 2016 through to 2017, for example. The normal way that people find this is they scroll down the screen. And if you've got a long list, especially if you've got hundreds or thousands or something, it can take some time to find it. If you now just press the 2 key on your keyboard, press the 2.
Yep.
On your keyboard. Notice what happened?
Yeah, it's good.
It jumped to the 2, all right? Same thing as if you press the B for the back, for the letter that starts with B, it goes to back. If you just type V, or jump to the first one that starts with V. Unfortunately, you haven't got a big list, so it's not really easy to do. But also notice a lot of them start with 2. If you type in, okay, you're going to go to a bigger one. Okay, there's a bigger one where we've got a big list. Okay, if you click on the Bonjour one over on the right there, it only works on the right-hand side, not on the left-hand side. And if you type, let's find if you've got one that starts with X. Press the X key.
No.
Nothing happened. That means you haven't got any with X. You probably got a beep when you did that.
Yep.
Okay. Try pressing M. It drops to the one that starts with Microsoft. Okay. But notice you've got a number that start with Microsoft. You start some that start with M and some with no. Press the B key again. And notice it jumps back to the B. Let's say there was one I noticed when you were there that started with MS. If you were to type M and do it now, press the M key. Now press the S key. So it went to the one that started with M and then it went to the one that started with S. Press the B key again. So it goes back to the one that starts with B. This time, press the M key and the S key really quick, one after the other. Notice it went to the one that started with MS.
Yep.
See how it works?
Indeed, it's good.
Okay. The advantage of this is, and by the way, this works everywhere where you would normally have to scroll up and down the screen and wherever you've got a list. Quite often you click on things and they've got lists and do it that way. So if you wanted to find out if something started with CAT, you could type CAT, and if it was there, it would find it for you.
Yep.
Without typing anything else. It just types it and finds it. Type CAT, see what happens. Nothing. You haven't got anything that starts with C, obviously. Oh, yeah. The CO, but not CA. So you can type, for example, if you wanted to type the one that started with Microsoft Silverlight, you would type the whole word Microsoft Silver. You'd probably just type MI and it would just go to the first Microsoft one. So that's what's called incremental search. It's used extensively on computers. It can be done within programs. File Explorer is just one place it's used. You can use it in many, many other different places. Okay. You got any questions for anybody about you using incremental search? Any of those 3 people that are watching? Okay, we'll have to wait for them to type an email. Okay, then. All right, so that's incremental search. We just go back to our notes again. I'll tab to go back to the notes again, Jack. And by the way, a lot of people are probably not realizing when Jack does this, if you don't let go of the Alt key when you're doing this, it'll cycle through each of the things. If you hold down the Alt key, Jack, and keep it held down, and just press tab once, and then again, tab again, then tab again. Notice it's cycling through Jack's screen, then tab again. It'll go back to the first one and again and again. So you can look at the programs you've got going and see what it is there. So go back to the one that says, there, that one there. Okay, all right, not a problem. Okay, another thing that can be done also is there are certain programs that have certain keys that are set up. So, for example, if you're in, most people probably don't use this, but I've got a program I use called Kodi. If I'm in Kodi and it's playing a video and I want to exit out of the video, I can just press the X key, which exits out of it. Nothing else, just the X key all by itself. If I want to, another thing you can do sometimes with your in programs, and we'll just show you, if Jack, you go back to where you've got your program files there, click on that one on your taskbar. Okay, let that go. The normal way to stop things is to, some people click on it and then exit out of it, or you can press the X key. If you hold down the Alt key and press your F4 key, press Alt F4. Hold down the Alt key and press F4. Once only.
Just got to think about that because my function keys aren't set up as function keys. Alt F.
It still should work. Oh, okay. No, I see what you mean. Okay. All right. I understand that. Okay. In your case, it doesn't. But Alt F4 normally would close that window. Okay. All right. Rather than doing that, what I'll do is, if you want to, I'll go back and show you how it's done on my screen. All right. Okay. So I'll do a screen share. Okay. All right. And I'll screen my screen. Share it. All right, I'm in a screen. Can you see? If you go back to the other screen, you'll see my one come up, Jack. All right. I'll just make sure I'm recording myself. All right. Okay. I'll just go to a screen there. By the way, another thing I discovered the other day is if you press the Control key and the arrow keys, page up, page down, sorry. Page up, page down. Notice that I'm changing between tabs on my screen. Can you see that, Jack? You there, Jack? Uh-oh. Looks like we've lost Jack for the time being. All right, I'll just go back to where we were. Yep, I've lost Jack. All right, not a problem. Okay, I've still got my other three viewers in there. No, Jack is still there. My apologies. I can't hear Jack is the only thing. All right. If you muted your screen, Jack, or switched off your microphone. All right. You switched off your microphone, Jack. Your microphone's not off, or your microphone's come disconnected or something. You might have pressed a function key which turns off your microphone. By the look of it.
In business now. That was that F4 button.
Was it?
Yes,
okay,
because the Lenovo's set up differently, and the function keys, unlike on the workstation where the function key is the predominant one, on this one the other function's the predominant one. So yeah, the F4 switches off the microphone.
Do you want it to be that way, Jack?
It's annoying at times and good at times. So for example, to increase the volume, I just press F3 button, whereas other people probably have to press function and F3 or something like that.
Yeah. By the way, just the reason you can do that is because you can actually, when you realize there's a BIOS, and in the BIOS on the Lenovo's you can set it so it doesn't do that.
Yeah, and also I can lock the function on anyway.
Okay, no problem. Okay, all right. We've got another 15 minutes left, so one of the things I was going to show is what that F4 looks like. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen.
Yep.
And I'll start up a couple of applications. Okay. I'll start up that one. Do that. So I'll go to Notepad and start that up. Okay. All right. Also start up. I don't want to start that one. I'll start a File Explorer. You can see on my screen these File Explorer running, and I've also got Notepad running. With File Explorer running, I'm holding down the Alt F4. F4. Notice it's gone. That's it. Just closes down the programs as easy as that. So rather than having to go move the mouse, so I'll just start up Notepad again just to show people how it works. There's my Notepad.
Alt FX will do the same thing, will it?
FX.
Alt
probably
FX.
FX4, yeah.
But,
probably on your page.
But it's an extra button, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an extra button. Makes it a bit slow.
Yep.
Right? So just Alt F4 closes it. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'll come back to. I'll switch off my screen sharing. All right. Okay. Come back to me. All right. Put your screen on so we see that. Okay. If you just go back to the notes again, I'll see what we've got to do and ask anybody if they've got any more questions about any of these things that we're doing. All right, I'll just let people do that. They can type their message and we'll answer that when it comes along. Okay, the next thing is create your own shortcuts. Now, a lot of people are not aware of it. You use Word, you said, Jack.
Yep.
Have you ever tried creating your own shortcuts in Word?
Via the dictionary, is that what, with the autocorrect?
No.
With the autocorrect, is that what you're...
No, not autocorrect. I'm talking about if you've got, say, 4 or 5 things that you do. For example, let's say you wanted to underline, well, underline's pretty easy, Control U is underline. So let's say you wanted to do a certain function that you do quite often, and you've got to go to the mouse to do it.
No, I haven't done that, no.
You can actually...
Sorry, I thought you meant,
I
thought you meant text shortcuts. Sorry, no, I haven't done what you're saying.
Okay, so these are function shortcuts. In fact, you can even make a function. You could have yours sincerely, Jack. All right. So you could actually have that as a shortcut. So you could press, say, Control Shift J, and it always types in yours sincerely, Jack.
Yep.
That's a shortcut, right? You can do shortcuts for all sorts of things, and you can even get to the stage where shortcuts can do a lot more things. And I think it's going to be beyond the scope of what we're doing in this session. But you can also do a thing called macros. Have you used macros at all, Jack?
15 years ago, yes.
Okay. Well, in addition to macros in Word and stuff like that, you can. There's also general purpose macro programs. So, for example, in Word, you could have a situation, for example, where you wanted to, say, highlight a paragraph, change it to bold, and then unhighlight the paragraph. So what you can do is you can create a macro that does that, and then that macro can be assigned to one key. For example, Shift P for paragraph. So you could make it so that when you press Shift P, it would automatically select the current paragraph, highlight it, or highlight the current paragraph, and turn it to bold, rather than doing it if it's something you're doing many, many, many times. So what I often say to people, the concept of computers is to make life easier for you. So rather than having to do things over and over and over again, you can create shortcuts to it or even create macros that do it. I don't think we're going to have time to do that. If we did, I'll do a whole new training session on macros if necessary if people want to do it. But anyway, that's another thing that can be done using the keyboard or ways of doing things. Okay, any questions from you, Jack?
No, this is good. Okay.
Okay. All right. Want to continue on? We've got another 10 minutes.
Oh, yep.
Okay. Alternatives to typing. All right. One alternative to typing is to copy text that already exists. Now, people, we've already done that. And we showed you before how you can just highlight some text and copy it. All right. But another way is a thing called speech recognition. Now, I ran a whole webinar for Broadband for Seniors on speech recognition, and we used what was called Microsoft Speech Recognition. And it's something I've used for a couple of years, Microsoft speech recognition. The problem with it is you've got to actually set it all up, and you've got to train the computer how to do it. I've found more recently that Google speech recognition is much better. And I use Google speech recognition pretty extensively on my phone. But I've also found you can use Google speech recognition on your computer. All right? And the way to do that is to actually, have you got a Google account, Jack?
Yes.
Okay. If you, where it says Google speech recognition, and it's got the first line of text there, and it says, and there's a link.
Yep.
If you click on that, we'll show you what happens. And perhaps, hopefully this is going to work. Not the first one, no, it was the second one.
Sorry.
I clicked on the first one. Just go back one. Go back again.
Oops.
Just go back with your back button. No, sorry. It should take you back. It's up the top. It's actually in a tab. You've got do not. It's up the top there. It says Google speech recognition. There is. Okay. It's the second one. Okay. Okay. That tells you how to use it, basically. All right.
Yep.
To be able to use it, you've actually got to be in Google Drive. All right. So let's see if we can get you into Google Drive. So if you open up a new tab, right, and type in there Google Drive. This is a Norton search. Google Drive. Okay. Righto. Hasn't given me what I want.
That one. That's it there, isn't it?
Which one?
One.
Yeah, Google Drive. Yeah, click on Google Drive. Yeah, that's it. We're going into it. Okay. Okay, click on Go to Google Drive. Okay. Okay, going into it. Okay. Luckily, we've got the dots on it. It's not going to show you password. Oh, you've got two-part authentication going, have you, Jack?
Yeah. Doesn't take long.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, that shows you some of the features of Google Drive. Okay, we want to open up a new Google document. So I don't know where you open it up there. Scroll down a bit. Screen's in the way, I don't know. You need to get into... Okay. Oh, you need to I agree to that sort of thing. Okay. So they always want to give you more new information, Google, don't they? Okay, you're in My Drive. Okay. On the left-hand side there's a button for new. If you click on that, we'll just create a fictitious document. Okay, and a new text, a new docs, Google Docs. Okay. So there we are, we're going. Okay. And that'll light up all your menus in a minute. Under Tools, if you like to click on Tools, your Tools menu. I can say no thanks to that. And you'll notice it should have voice typing. Click on that. Okay. All you need to do now, Jack, is click on and then start speaking slowly and see what happens. Say allow to use your microphone. Start talking.
I am speaking slowly.
Okay, try it again, Jack. Only speak faster this time.
Space. I am speaking faster.
Try saying new paragraph.
New paragraph. I'm now speaking very fast.
You're going to have to speak faster than that, Jack, to get it to get wrong. Try a bit talking. Try slurring your words.
New paragraph. I can only slur my words if I drink too much.
Okay. Well, just make up some fictitious words.
Fixed it.
All right, try a new paragraph and try talk. Just keep talking quite a bit.
New paragraph. What can I talk about? I'll try and talk for quite a while. I'll make a new sentence. Full stop.
If you want a new sentence, you say new line.
New line. New line. Bold. Okay. This is a new sentence. Format bold. This is new. Format bold. This is new. No, it's all right.
Okay. All right. If you just click on the microphone icon again, okay, it stops the talking. So that you've got to agree, it's a lot quicker than typing.
Yep, definitely.
Pretty accurate, isn't it?
Sure is.
Made a few mistakes, but not too bad. Not bad at all. All right. Okay. So what we'll do is I think we need to run a completely separate training session on using Google Hangout. But basically, I'll give to know how to do this. If on the microphone there's a little question mark. If you click on that, that gives you the help, right? And the help appears at the same time of what you're doing. And it shows you how to turn the microphone on, do those things, scroll down. And it also shows you how to edit text, how to make it bold, how to select the text, how to underline it, how to do all that thing, all with your voice. It's not as good as the Microsoft. I find the editing features are not as good as the Microsoft voice recognition, but its ability to pick up your thing is much better. And notice you did not train that at all. You'd never been in this program before, Jack?
No, I haven't, Jeff.
Okay, and you didn't have to train it at all and picked up all the words that you said at the beginning quite well.
Yep.
In fact, I think you had a bit of trouble trying to get it to go wrong.
Yep, that's true.
Okay, all right, that's it. We're running out of time now. What I'll get you to do is you can just if you go back to your browser screen where you started all this off, and we'll come back to you. Okay, righto.
That the one, Jeff?
Yeah, that's it. Okay, and you've still got the your thing on. Righto. Go over to the left-hand side of your screen where that little green box was, which was enabling your sharing, and click on that. That'll stop the sharing, and it'll come back to your screen.
Yeah.
Back to you as a picture rather than sharing.
Sorry, what do you want?
And thank you very much.
What do you want me to do, Jeff? Sorry.
That's it. Go over to the left-hand side of the screen. Remember where you did that screen sharing green box to start with? Click on that again, and it'll stop the screen sharing.
So you can see me, can you?
No, I can't. You're not. You're on the thing. You're not at the right window. One of the windows at the top. There'll be. You've probably where it's got Start Jeff at the bottom on your taskbar. Click on that. Okay, click that.
That's what I'm on. That's what I'm on.
Okay, there must be another. Did you started off not in? You started off the Google Hangout and not the Chrome browser.
I don't know, Jeff.
Well, click on where it says Google Hangouts down on your taskbar.
Yep.
Hasn't come up yet. Oh, there we are. Right out. That's it. All right. Now go over to on the left-hand side.
Yep.
Point at that little green box and click on that.
Yep.
And there you are. Welcome back to seeing your head on the screen, Jack.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because you were using one browser to do the screen sharing, and you were using the other browser for the Google Hangout. So that's it.
Yep. Yeah, I had trouble with the plugins. I think the Hangout plugin doesn't work with Firefox, I don't think. Firefox.
Okay.
Yep. Thanks, Jeff.
All right. Okay. Just a matter of interest, Jack. You're going to leave shortly. You were the. Am I correct in saying you were the Broadband for Seniors network coordinator for Victoria some time ago?
Originally, yes.
Yes, originally.
And then
right.
I can't remember who took over. Was it
Janita?
Yeah, that's right. Janita, that's right. Yep.
Okay. All right. So that's where I know you from. And also I know you from the Broadband for Seniors Google Groups.
That's correct.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. We've run out of time on
Thanks
this.
for all your work, Jeff. Thank you. Most helpful.
All right. We're going to have to go. If you want to, if we have more of these and you want to get involved with it, just watch it. I'll advertise them on the Google the Google Groups thing again.
Thanks very much, Jeff. Thanks for your effort. Thanks for.
No worries. So if you want to leave this now, you just go up to the top. You can either close this window or just go up to the top of the screen and click on your hang up. And also, if you go to where the notes were, right at the beginning, the recording of this will be there. It'll be there right now.
All right then. Thanks very much, Jeff. Thanks a lot.
See you later.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Okay, Jack is gone, but I've still got two viewers there. I think I've got Beverly, and I've probably got Diane. I think if Beverly or Diane send me an email just to say that they, if they're here, if they're the people who are online and they can actually see and hear me, just please let me know. And if that's the case, if you're interested in continuing on for the next half an hour. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to go away for a second and I'll come back. I will be back in a minute. I'll be back in about 1 minute. And send me an email. Coming back. All right, I'm back again. I've got 2 viewers left. If you've sent me an email, I'll just quickly check my emails. Okay. Diane, I think Diane's just telling me it was all good and something. What I'll do, Diane, is I'll give you a ring on the phone, and if you want to come back online again, all right, we might be able to do things. I couldn't do that while Jack was there, but I can do that now. I just got to find out what your number is. Okay, and Beverly, I'll have a quick look at that. Okay, how do I bring up microphone? Okay, all right, we can talk about that in a minute. To go and do some housework. I don't have a Google Drive account. Okay. If you have a Google account, you do have a Google Drive account, Bev, all right? All you do is go into Google Drive. You don't need to have a Google Drive account, just a Google account. Okay. All right. Diane, if you want to see if you I'll ring you if you want to reconnect, and we'll see what happens from there. Okay. I'm just going to find your number. I'll find out where that is. Won't let other people see it. All right. At least I'll be able to see you and see another person's screen. I need a screen to show things rather than showing my own. What's going on? I hate that. Diane, if you want to stay on, and I haven't, you gave me your email and the phone number. One previous time, I can't. Okay. There's another email coming. Okay. Well, Beverly, if you want to learn how to use the microphone, we're going to have to. You have to have it physically connected up. If you've got a desktop, all right. We'll do that. We'll have to do that another day. If you bring your laptop to Gary's on Wednesday, we'll show you how to set it up. All right, there. I'll just send a note to Diane. Diane, if you can hear me, can you email your phone number? Okay. Okay. I know I've got it somewhere, but I'll have to go through heaps of messages to find it. All right. And this time I promise I'll put it in my phone number book. All right. Okay. Still got 2 viewers, but I don't know who the viewers are. I've got to share that screen. That should be your, not you. Okay. Okay. Looks like Diane may not be there. It might be Alan. Okay. Not Diane. All right. Okay. Not a problem. So I don't know the two people I've got on, but while I've got the two viewers, I will. I don't know if I'll continue on with doing the rest of the things, because probably not worthwhile just for the two viewers, and also it's only been me doing it, and I don't think it's a good way of learning with me showing you what to do. I'd rather explain what you have to do and you do it. That's much better. That way, you make mistakes. I don't make. I do make mistakes, but I don't make enough mistakes. All right. So we'll probably call this a day for the time being. But just to show people, I'll just show with my screen that if you want to, you can always go back to the recording of this. And what I will be doing is bits where I was showing Jack how to do things, I'll actually put them on the recording on the web page. To get to the recording of it, you'll go where you originally came in here, or to my website where this training material is. I'll show you where the website where the training material is. So I'll share my screen to show you how to get to that. All right. So okay. This is my web page, training material. To get to this, the web address you type into this is jeff.greg.net.au. All right. So if you type that in, you'll come up with this page. No www, just jeff.net.greg.au. All right. It's this message coming through. I'll just check that first. Okay. Okay. All right, Bev, if you're still there, what I'll do is just explain how to go back to the recording of this. But as I said, Bev, if you're still listening, please bring your laptop computer to Gary's on Wednesday, if you are going to Gary's on Wednesday. The Cotter Centre where we have a Gary's session on Wednesday. And we'll get your microphone working so it works in Google Hangouts. All right. How to get to that training material? You can get to it two ways. You can either, where it says recorded training sessions are here, if I click on that, it goes to this. This is how people got into it. Or you can click on that one there. If you click on that one there, it'll take you to it. I may actually move that link down to, whoops, so my apologies, I'm jumping all over the place. I may move that link down, further down, so it'll be in amongst this material here. All right. Okay. If you don't want to get in it that way, another way to get all these notes and all that, another way is this training session. This whole of this training session is down the bottom, learning what you do not know about what you did not know. I click on that, it goes to there, and once again, there's the link there. Just to show you how this works, I'll click and go into that link. YouTube, and it'll show me what happened a few minutes ago. There. Just to show you how this works, I'll click. All right, I can go into that link. So there we are. There it is. So while I'm still recording it, I can also show it to you. I can grab the scroll bar, go right back to the beginning, and go back to the beginning of it. So where the whole thing started. All right. So that's how you get to it. I'll just close that off. I don't want to do that now. All right. I'll close this window off. Okay. Go back. Am I on that screen? No, I was on the other screen. I was on that screen. I'll just close that window off. Okay. So that's how you do it. All right. Just go click on that link and it'll take you to the recording of it. It'll be in a number of places. Another email just come through. I'll just check what that is before we go. No, it's gone through to my computer already. There's my emails. Okay, this is okay. All right, Bev. See you later. All right. So we've got how many other people still connected? I'll stop sharing. look like it's I still got 2 viewers. All right. So I've still got 2 viewers. I'm going to have to disconnect. Well, I don't have to disconnect. You can still do it. If you want to do anything else, if you've got any questions while I'm here, send me an email, and I'll answer those questions for you now. All right. Other than that, we can we'll finish it up. So I'll wait a few minutes to see if there's any emails coming through. Alan, looks like you're still online. Even though my number 2 voyeur. Okay. All right. Okay. Diane. I'm just waiting for emails to come through now. You pick something. I reckon you got Diane's giving me a message, says I was doing something. Oh, okay, we've got an email. I'll just get my email. Okay. Alan. Got in 1 hour late because I didn't think. Okay. That's not the latest email. It's Bev again. It's okay. Bev again. I'm still here, Bev, but you may want to go. I don't need to go, Bev. I'm here until as long as you like. If you send me an email with your telephone number, I can ring you. If I don't need to go, I can ring you. We can talk about it, and I can talk you through the screen. If you bring your screen up, you'd have to join the Hangout, though. I'd have to tell you how to join the Hangout, and then I can see your screen, even though you don't have a microphone. You don't have to have a microphone or a speaker to do that. I can still see your screen, but I'd have to explain to you how to do that. All right, if you want to do that now, right, send me your telephone number. I'll ring you. That way I can be talking to you. And the voice comes out. I can still record the voice as well because I have a voice-free, hands-free phone. It's up to you if you want to do it. So I'll keep the broadcast going for the time being. Just send me an email saying yes or no. See what happens. While I'm doing this, I'll change cameras. The camera's on this, and I'm going to change to a different camera. Okay, got an email. Change cameras. Okay. It's my different camera. Don't know which camera's better. Get the messages. Okay, Bev, if you want to do that another day, not a problem. Okay, so, all right, just for you to hang up, all you do is just disconnect, close off that web page, and that will. All right, interesting. I'm using another camera. It's got a much wider lens, and notice that the cabinet behind me is bent. That's not bent. That's just the lens does that. All right. Okay. So it looks like it's all going to be finishing up. So I will stop the broadcast, and that will probably disconnect everybody. I'm not sure. And those other people I'll probably see on Wednesday at Lakota, at Lakota, and we'll talk about making sure things are working a little bit better, because it's not much use join these webinars if you can't participate. All right. So that's the end of it for today. Goodbye.